Those stories underpin something that I'm very passionate about. Investment is about independence. It's about freedom. And you helping these people to be free is something they will forever be thankful to you. Yeah. True. The other thing that I keep observing, most people when they finish building their homes, they are broke.
Very true.
So you live in a very beautiful palace, but you are broke.
You have no cash flow.
You have no cash flow.
You have loans to service.
Yes.
Everything else now stops because you owned a home and all your money is committed
towards servicing. Or you even
servicing.
emptied your bank account.
Yes.
But here you're talking about customers who not only built a home, but they started a whole new journey to fund education.
And you just change the goal.
It just changed the goal. So that is really the epitome of freedom. What would you say is the most underrated service you offer that people don't even know?
In terms of advising this client?
You know those stories. What is it that you find that people tend to underrate?
Sometimes people have this mentality. I understand my money. I know what I do with my money. But that sitting down with an investor, coming up with an investment plan, setting that goal, that's changing the whole journey. Sometimes we just think, I know my money. I receive my money. I buy a bond here. I buy a money market. I put there. I put this thing. So I understand my money. But that journey, when you sit down, when we have a goal and we are able to monitor, changes everything. Clarity. The real perception about money. And as I said, once you have the goal, how to fund that, money comes. So most of the people may think, yes, I know how to invest. I'm an accountant. I'm an investment professional. But you need that invest is maybe building their portfolio. It is not what you do in day 24 hours. There are things you are doing out there. You need someone, and even me, as an advisor, I have my own advisor. Whom we sit down.
You also need a doctor needs a doctor.
A doctor needs a doctor. And we sit down and we say, and I consult him, by the way, I have this idea, and I'm thinking money, I'm going to put this X amount for this goal. And my advisor will tell me, because of this and this, maybe you can hold for now and do this for now and continue building the portfolio. And that has helped me a lot. Despite me having experience and advising my client, I have someone who checks. And this is what most of my clients have. We discuss this a lot. Someone wants to acquire something, and I remember one of my clients wanted to buy the dream car, and already had money for buying that dream car. A good machine, Germany machine, and we are like, we sat down, we spoke, and it was going to cost that client about 10 million. And the client was like, I need to drive this car. You never know about tomorrow.
I need to drive it today.
I need to drive it today. And we said, from your portfolio that we currently have, if we just delay, I'm not saying people that they should delay, but because we had other goals that we were working on, we say if we delay and whatever you currently have, add it in this portfolio, this car, we can acquire it from the interest you make in a year and a half.
Wow.
And we did the projection and the numbers, and they worked out. And in 6 months' time, my client said, the car I'm using is not old. It's good. Can we give it more time? Let me not actually buy the hardware I was in. I can wait a bit. Can I continue building the portfolio? Right now the portfolio has grown. If that client comes and tell me, that car I want it, after tomorrow, can I process the payment?
You can buy it. Now because they have the freedom. They have the freedom.
They have the
freedom. They have the options. No, that's a good one. If clients had to describe one thing you help them achieve, what would it be?
It's a financial freedom and securing, able to secure time. Sometimes we are in this hurry because we have to work, we have things that we are paying and all that. But most of the kind I've created for them a passive income. I've helped them to redeem time. Some of them come and say, Moses, I'm approaching retirement. I feel like I can retire anytime, but I cannot
because
I have these obligations. I have this retirement. Yes, the time is moving.
They're trapped.
Yeah, they are trapped, but the time is moving, but I cannot retire. I'll have to work until the last day. And then we sit down with them and you check, and you realize if we change this and this, what this client need is just an assurance of an income, and then they can even do. There's even a client who took a career break, told me, Moses, I feel I'm burnout.
That's good.
I want to change the purpose.
Again.
Yes, freedom again. Yes. I feel like this job, yes, it's good, it's paying my obligations and all that, but I want to do something different. And we did the maths, we started building the portfolio, and this client took a career break, comfortably.
Wow.
Relaxed for a year and a half, and then right now she even moved to another job, and she's happy. We talk and she's like, Moses, this was one of the best decisions I made. I do something that's making more more meaningful, something I needed to do into my life. I managed that time, but sometimes you may not do that when you're already trapped. As you're saying, you need money every day. You need to work for the active income because you don't have a passive income. So building that has helped most of my clients redeem time and even have that freedom. You
know, you remind me one of our customers who told me, Piers, the money that comes to my bank account, and I see that notification on my phone without me having gone to work, that is the sweetest money. Even if it is so small, it is the sweetest of them all. I have never forgotten those words. So that's what you help. You help customers to have a real taste of passive income.
Yes, passive income. There is a limitation on your active income because you have to show up. You have to work, you have to use your skill, and as a human being, you are limited. The number of hours you can work, the time you can work, and that's why you hear people retire. Why are we age set? Because there's a days you get you are no longer productive. But passive income, once you start it off, in fact, it keeps on growing, getting better. The more you are giving it more time, you are building it, the more it's getting better. So it takes care of you even when you're sleeping.
We switch gear a little bit. You know, one of the most difficult conversations, even in marriage, between a husband and wife is money.
It's money.
So, so imagine someone taking you as their financial, is having a conversation that they find it even difficult to have with their spouse. So the trust and accountability level must be extremely high.
Very high.
So what do you do to reassure your customers that you have their best interests at heart?
One of them, confidentiality, is key. Anything you discuss as a professional, I'm a professional and I've the practice and the regulatory body where I'm a member. It helps me to the ethics, what we may call the code of ethics. Professionalism is a key. Confidentiality when it comes to the client. Once the client knows you have the best interest and thing they share with you, it remains with you. And the decision you are making and guiding, it is for this client. It's for their betterment. Those clients, they even open more. They even feel safe with you. And even the investment journey, the work becomes easier. In the beginning, sometimes it's, of course, when you're meeting with a client, as I said, you listen to understand what are the pain points. As a couple, these are the challenges they're having. These are what they're looking at. So you start from there and they develop the trust. Once they develop the trust, the investment journey becomes easier. It becomes easier when they want to do something, they consult. They're like, we need to talk to Moses because of this decision. If we are making a change or something that will affect our portfolio, we have to talk to Moses. Let's talk and see. So they consult, and those clients, they have grown in terms of their portfolio. The portfolio size, some will meet with a client and say, we want to start this project right now. We only have this money and we feel it may not be even enough. What do you think, Moses? And we do the months and we realize we can wait or we can start, or this is what we can do in their portfolio to help them. So it becomes personalized. The service, the commitment and everything, it's personalized to that client, and everyone has a goal that we are working with.
I'm imagining it must be much easier when a couple sits down with you and you're advising them. How tricky does it become when you're only having to deal with one of the spouses and the other one probably is not even in the picture? How do you maintain that confidentiality?
Definitely. One, when, as you said, 1 + 1 you say is equals to 3.
Yes.
And that synergy, when you sit down and you analyze as a family, you are able to move far as a couple. You're able to move far when you say, these are our commitment as a family, these are the resources we have, we are committing towards goal. That oneness brings, but of course we also have other client who comes and say, I've realized if I don't take this initiative, we might be heading wrong direction in terms of the finances, and I want to start this investment. We start the journey. As I said, the confidentiality is key. Sometimes with the ladies, they're able, the influence, when they start the journey and it's working for a year, they present to their spouses. And when they see, actually my wife has a portfolio at Nabo, the other one will reach out and say, Moses, there's something, I've been told to talk to you. And it's something I want to come and see you alone. Sometimes the husband comes and you sit down and says, can you help me also? Can I build something like that for this family of mine? And we start, and the next thing we have a common meeting. So you realize it started with one person, has attracted the other person, has come, and then you work together. You have a family portfolio. It's become a joint, a common goal. So it's a journey, and you work together. The confidentiality is key, and keep on. The better, the more you can deliver for the clients, the more it becomes attractive.